Righty, folkies. Hello, folks. Wow, it was 46 of you, 48 of you here, and we're a little on the tardy side. We're certainly on the eastern side of 8 p.m. at 8:16. We've had technical issues, as you can tell. You likely did not hear the live streaming of the song, our theme song, the RobLynnLive right now. So you probably didn't get to hear that, but it'll be back hopefully tomorrow. In the meantime, where you at? Okay, we can continue on. Just looking for the old prompter there in front of me. If you don't mind, which we like using. It's very handy. We've even got it colored USF, University of South Florida colors, so I can definitely see it. This is today's news today. All right, this is day 138. Chris is calling, and this is year two. Year two, 138 days of 503. This is our 503rd live RobLynn Live. So we're proud to be here. We're proud you're here. We're pleased you're here. We got a lot to go over tonight. It's going to be a banner night. We're going to get into a subject that it may not be near and dear to all our hearts, but I think after we delve into it a little bit, you're going to really like it. And you're probably going to want to look into it a little deeper yourself. First off, at 8 a.m. today was the OES classroom with Sifu Francis Tay, and I believe Michelle was there, and let's see, Christy Chong was there, and I believe Toy was there as well, to him, and Chris Tiazone, among a cast of many, many people. It was basically a Q&A today. Francis went over a few things. Some other folks went over a few things. We listened to the Taylor Tay song. It was all good. It was all good. That was at 8 a.m. Then that's OES classroom. Then at 10 a.m. it was live with Marty and Chris. About all they talked about was tomorrow night, and the event tomorrow night, which will be a corporate webinar, according to Marty and Chris. Hadn't seen anything yet on it, but Marty and Chris and Red say it is a corporate webinar. It's being hosted by, I think, Manu Miller, and I'm not sure who else, but Manu will be there, and she'll probably have someone at her side, Marty and Chris likely. And then at 11 a.m. came Red, and Red again talked a little bit about tomorrow night's first of the year corporate webinar. And at 12 noon, high noon, Eastern Standard Time, it was Straight Talk with RobLynn Live and Ollie.
The Wonder Dog.
Oh, a voice heard from in the east of the house. All right, thank you.
I want to say thank you to Francis Tay.
Thank you, Francis. Very kind of you with your super sticker.
For the super sticker. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. I'm going to have a swig of water, and then we'll get this thing rolling. We've talked about up to 12 noon. And at 2 p.m. today, along came Collins and Andy. I was at a doctor's appointment, so I had to miss Collins and Andy, but they were on today, and that's usually pretty informative, the two of them together. And then now, on the way eastern side, we might call it the southeastern side of 8 o'clock, is the RobLynn Live Network presentation of RobLynn Live and Ollie.
The Wonder Dog.
It'll be with his virtual Wear My contest, our topic of the night. Get ready, kids. Buckle up. It's going to be a good one. A history of computers. A history of computers. We went all the way back to 2000 BCE. That's how far back computers go. And you probably thought they went back to the 1950s or 60s.
That's what I thought.
AD. No, that's not. Okay, there's John Barilla saying Julie Pierre is the other host. And Williams, Dr. Bill Williams is the speaker. Okay, thanks a lot for that, John, I hadn't heard all the details, but thank you. Thank you. We'll blast them out there before we leave tonight. And there's Jillian. Hello, Jillian. Let's see. I think OP360 is at 2 p.m. and the corporate webinar at 9. Okay. Sounds good to me. Thank you for that updated information. We'll go into that a little more in depth tomorrow when we know for sure we're going to have an OP360 at 2. But thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk about tonight. Tonight, we're going to be having the Where's Ollie contest in just a few minutes. And I do want to tell you, we are live streaming on our YouTube channel, the RobLynnLive Network channel. And also want to tell you that we're in OConnect. We've got 54 of you are in OConnect right now, right here. Let's get it on. So if you want, and you're not in the OES yet, and you want to get the 3 free for thee and me, very simple. All you got to do is go to RobLynnLive.ai. I almost knocked over my coffee. That would have been ugly. All right. So, and it's full. So that's how you get it. You get the 3 free by going to the RobLynnLive.ai domain, and that'll get you to Lynn, her registration page where you can sign up if you like. You get 3 free for thee and me. That's Omelo Netto Trim, the best 3 of the best free products in the world, I might add. And you have the opportunity to subscribe to OConnect. Like what we're doing tonight, you can do it too with 1 person or 10,000 people, whatever you want, or 1 million, whatever your heart desires, you can do it. So
we're going to encourage people to come over to OConnect. The sound on the live stream is not good today on YouTube. People are saying it's kind of garbled or muffled. So I just posted the OConnect link. There's how many of you? 20 of you in the live chat. So you got time now to hop on over to OConnect because you guys can't hear very well right now, right? So come on over. There's a link right there for you in the live chat.
Well, all righty. Okay, well, that gets us through there. If you would, scroll up a little bit so I can speak about Ash and his family. Please pray for Ash, his lovely wife, Ashmahan, and their 2 handsome young men, Omar the author and Yusuf the astronaut. They both were dressed up in astronaut suits about 1.5 years ago, but I would say Yusuf is the astronaut in the family, as well as the tech support and media teams around the globe for their good health and safety, okay? We want everybody to stay healthy and safe. We got a big month going on right now. It's going to be huger than huge. Also, please send your love, light, and prayers out to anyone who's ill or injured for a speedy and complete recovery. So there. That takes care of the prayers. Let us know in the chat if there's anyone else we need to hook up with our prayer warriors to where we can get some strong prayer out there for them. We'd be happy to do that. And we'll come back to the announcements in just a few minutes. But now, did you want to say a few hellos or do you want to go right to the Ollie contest?
Well, I think that the presentation, this section here, isn't working on the site. Well, you could try, but
What do you mean not working?
I mean it's not on the, it's not showing on the live stream.
It's not supposed to, right?
No,
oh, you mean the actual
the Ollie.
Oh, the Ollie presentation?
Yeah.
Well, we might have, let's try it and see what happens. If it doesn't work, we'll skip the Ollie Boy contest tonight. And no big deal. Oh, no, we won't skip it. You know what we'll do? We'll do it on OConnect when as many people come to OConnect as can. How's that?
Oh, okay. We can just show them the image to see if it's working.
Okay, well, let's do that first.
Okay.
There's the image. There's Ollie. And there we are. We got food coming out our ears, and it looks like we've got, ooh, that's a beautiful scenery. Holy smokes. So on the live stream, you cannot see that. Is that correct?
Well, it's a time.
Okay.
So many seconds.
Well, we'll give it a few seconds and see.
Let's wave, then we know which point we're at.
All right, we're waving now, and that'll tell us which point we're at. Well, now the second screen came up. Maybe the presentation will. No, it won't. Okay.
Okay, so
we're waiting. So there we are now. So it's not coming up. We'll show it to you in OConnect, and we'll have the contest in OConnect right off the bat. How's that, Greg?
So we could go ahead and stop the live stream.
Right, but before we do, let me mention to you, if you have the opportunity, just go on over to RobLynnLive.ai, and you can subscribe to Lynn's organization. We don't use the word team, but on her organization and her group, and you can become an affiliate. And how do you do that? Well, you're a customer first, and then you can become an affiliate by subscribing to OConnect. It's as easy as click, single sign on, and you're there. So keep that in mind. And within 3 seconds, in 3, in 2, in 1, let's go to OConnect only. All right.
All right. Thank you. See you there.
All right. So no more live stream for the moment. And let's see what we got on OConnect.
All right. It should be stopping shortly.
Okie dokie. All right. There's 61 of you here. We're going to crank this up tonight. I guarantee it. Are they able to see it?
Right.
The presentation board in OConnect.
Yeah.
Do they see what we see?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Do you guys see it? Let's see. Ask them.
Well, let's slide to the side so they can see, or slide those things to the side. And there's Ollie. He's eating some. Ooh, that looks like soup. That looks good. Okie dokie. Well.
So ask, can you guys see the presentation
Yeah, put in
board?
the chat if you would. If you can see the presentation board, please. We're now all in OConnect. There's 61 of us. Not too
shabby
at all. All right. I see Frank Rowe and Patricia Green and Brenda Ross and Sadananda. Woo, Dougie's. Irena Stexala says, no, we don't see it.
Oh.
All right. So the presentation board is not working tonight. Now we know. So we'll hold this, Ollie boy. We might do this on one of the. Well, we'll think about it. We'll figure it out, and we'll share this one with you again sometime. Obviously, we haven't shared it with you yet, so bear with us on that, and we'll keep working on the technical side. But in the meantime, it's time for announcements, and we have a few. We would like to bring up to everyone that tomorrow night at 9 p.m. there'll be a corporate webinar where Ash Mafara is planning, from what Marty and said today, and what that other guy in England, Red Redfern said. It looks like he'll be coming tomorrow night. I think they've set it up for 4 or 5 hours, something like that. It's going to be on OConnect. And from what I was told this afternoon late, it will be posted in the back office. So all you'll have to do as an attendee is hit the attendee link. Now, if you happen to be a panelist or one that's going to, someone who's going to be asked to be a panelist, I don't know whether you've already gotten the panelist link, but you will be getting a link if you haven't already, which will bring you to the panel. All right. And I'm sure there'll be instructions from Marty and Chris on that, and Julie Pierre and Manu on that. So there you have it. That's tomorrow night at 9 p.m. sharp. Don't be late, because you never know when Ash is going to pop right on in. All right. Should we do the announcements now and then kick right into our presentation?
That's fine. So just to let you know, there was no visual for the Ollie contest. So at this point in the game, we won't be able to do the contest. If it appears at a later time, maybe, but I guess the tech team's working on extensively on OConnect. That's what it tells me.
I believe you might be right, Ms. Nakamoto. So let's get right into the announcements. We told you about tomorrow night. Tomorrow day, let's see, the OES folks are off on Wednesdays, but they're back on Thursdays. And let's see who else is there. Oh, 10 o'clock, you'll likely see Chris and Marty, or Marty and Chris with their live. Red may do a live. I haven't seen it posted yet. That would be usually a short one, the day of OP360. And then OP360, if it's going to happen, usually it's at 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I haven't seen anything posted yet for OP360. So we don't know if that's happening, but we do know what's happening at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Yes, we do. All right. Let's see. Where are we at now? We're right here.
Announcement.
Yes, we are. Migration. Without hesitation. You know the drill. Just get it done. Will you please, please, please sign the NDA or NDAs? Simple. If you don't want to sign it, put your initials there. But get after it. There's no time like the present to be an affiliate. So come on, get it done, will you? Get your affiliate link or links. Check out the OP newest website. It's popping off the page, folks. It's a dandy. Woo, yeah, it's a dandy. Log into the OES often and check all the details on your profile. Your profile in both OFounders and in the OES, please. And the reason for that is you need the name to match what you're going to be sent. So that's got to match up what's in the computers. And they'll be having O-Verify will be sending you to your alternate email. You'll be getting an email that will have an OTP, and you'll just enter that, just like you've been entering the OTPs right along for the last 3.5, 4 years, 5 years, and then away you go. Which reminds me, check your alternate email or emails to make sure they're still active. Google, Yahoo, Hotmail, Microsoft, they've been inactivating. I don't think that's a word, but they've been making inactive, I guess, some of your emails, your alternate emails. And I think we've had a few on our own as well. So we'll have to wait and see if there's going to be, they can't hear us?
Oh, they can't.
Oh, they can't. Okay. All righty, tighty. Check your alternate emails, please, because O-Verify is going to be coming your way very shortly, and it's going to give you an OTP. You'll enter that, away you go. Hop on an OConnect and enjoy the ride. As a host, co-host, speaker, or attendee, you can do one of each. You can even get on there by yourself once you've subscribed, and you can do your very own OConnect. You can play with the bells. You can play with the whistles. You can play with the resounds, yabba dabba doo, or I think there's one now, barking tree life. Batman, that's Armin Hoag's resound that was put together by Chris Tiazone. All right, where we at? Oh, yeah, 10 webinars and chats as often as time allows. And why do we say to do that? Very good reason. Because that's where you're going to get some valuable information usually. So here you get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And most places, other places, the exact same. And that's good stuff. So just pay attention, stay logged in, stay focused, and know someone in need of any kind of help within ONPASSIVE's platforms. You know the drill. Helping one helps us all.
So let me try a quick refresh, and then let me do the visuals again and see if you guys can see. Okay, we're going to do the visual one more time and see if you guys can see it. Okay, let us know in the chat.
Yeah, let us know in the chat if you would, please. Can you see where Ali is? And we'll have the contest if you can.
Because I think Mel said she saw it, so I want to make sure.
No from Irena, and she would know. Okay.
Okay.
Let's have a couple more answers on that. Can you see the presentation board where Ali is? RobLynnLive, A History of Computers.
Irena says no. Anybody else want to chime in? Want to make sure at least a few people say no, then we know.
We know it's a no.
I don't see it, Brenda Ross says.
All right. Well, and
Don Swihart says no. Neil says
no.
no.
All right. I cannot. Dawn Swihart says with her new laptop, I might add.
Lucky for her.
Yes, indeed, do. Okay, so that's a no from everybody so far. So we took it down.
So just
we were able to see it. It's very pretty.
Just be patient. The tech team is clearly working on OConnect in major ways. So this is a good thing. Let's just be patient and go with the flow, as they say. So no contest tonight because people can't see the visual. All right.
Okay, so Ollie went ahead and went to bed because he didn't want to have to announce the contest and be half asleep. So there you go. All right, now moving on. Moving on. And who says that?
Ayush.
Ayush is loose in India. All right, let's talk topic, okay? If I could have the presentation board, s'il vous plaît.
Sure.
It's also known as the prompter, affectionately known as the prompter.
It is called the prompter.
It is the prompter. What am I talking about? All right, tonight's topic, a history of computers. Now, we delved into the annals of history. We went way back, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And we'll talk about the history of computers. Some of this you may know, some of it you may never have even heard of. I hadn't heard of some of it myself. So bear with us a few minutes. Ollie's question of the evening: what was your first computer like? Did you have one of the old Macs that was like 3 feet wide by 2 feet high? Or did you have one of Bill Gates' monstrosities, which was like a big TV? Or what did you have? So tell us, we'd like to know. All right, so that's Ollie's question. What type of computer did you have? We know you didn't have a laptop if you're in your 60s or 70s. That we know.
Sure.
All right, so the history of computers and similar devices dates way back, as we said, and we mean way back in time. We have a few milestones we'd like to mention. And there was very cursory information on the internet about it, but we delved a little further. Compliments of, a little bit of Google, a little bit of Chat GPT. We kind of used it all. So let's talk ancient devices, like me, ancient. Well, how about the abacus? The abacus dates back to 2000. Now get this, 2000 BCE. It's a simple counting device for arithmetic calculations. The kinds of abacus are Chinese, Japanese, and Roman. Still used today. Now, they're still used today to teach math concepts. What are they made of? They're made of a frame. They're made of rods and wires and beads. That's it.
Whoever invented that was a genius.
Right, and I couldn't find who invented it. It wasn't Mr. Abacus. I'm not sure who invented that. But following that, Antikythera is the proper pronunciation. A Greek analog computer was discovered. It was discovered in 1901 on a sunken ship, but that ship sunk a couple of 100 years before. And this was a device used in astronomy, and it was made up of a complex series of gears that all work together, kind of like the refresh gear, but all intertwined with each other. Pretty neat stuff. That's Antikythera. Neat. All right, the mechanical era. When in the world, did the mechanical era begin? Well, I'm glad you asked, Lynn. 17th to 19th century. Are you kidding? All the way back then in the 16, 17, and 1800s? Oh, yeah. Let's talk about the Pascalini. The Pascalini by Mr. Pascalini was a mechanical calculator used for basic arithmetic. the Pascalini. It was invented in 1642. Now, we going way back, or we going way back?
Yeah, way longer than
Wow,
I think.
almost 500 years, about 400 some odd years.
Yeah.
Then we have the step reckoner. The step reckoner almost sounds like a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
The step reckoner was created in 1673, way back when, a little before John Barilla's time. It was an advanced calculator with a stepped drum. In other words, the drum was the mechanism of this bad boy. Pretty neat looking little operation. And that was back in that was in
1673.
1673. And then the analytical engine was developed in the 1830s. Now, the analytical engine from 1832-33 was a precursor to modern computers. Who do you think the developer was? And this is not a household name. Charlie Babbage.
Never heard of him.
Right. Well, most of us haven't, because most of us weren't born back in that era. So there were early electronic computers that came along, and these came along in the 20th century. We had the Atanasoff Berry, that's AB computer. It was built in the 1930s by none other than Hans Atanasoff, and he had a partner, Mr. Berry. His name was Clifford Berry, and the two of them are considered the earliest pioneers of the modern day computer, the actual computer. So that's a name you might want to remember. AB computer, also known as the Anasoff Berry computer, built in the 1930s. So almost a little before Bill Gates' time, a little before our friend Mr. Apple's time as well. And good stuff right there. Well, if that wasn't enough, the Z3, get ready for this. They started using shorter names. The Z3 was developed by one Konrad Zeusewas, and it was the world's first digital programmable computer. 1941, I had no idea. In 1941 was the first ever digital programmable computer. 1941, right there when World War II was going on. And that was called the Z3. The Z3, Konrad Zeusewas came up with that idea. Well, not to be outdone, along came the 1940s and the 1950s. And then they started using, like they did for the Z3, instead of using names like Mr. Zeusewas or Mr. Gates or anybody like that, they started using abbreviations. How cool is that? Abbreviations for computers. How about the ENIAC and the UNIVAC? 1940s eras and 1950s, long time ago. Roughly, 80 years, 83 years ago, the electronic, get this one, the electronic numerical integrator and computer. Now that's a mouthful. The electronic numerical integrator and computer. Now that encompassed everything that the computer did.
And so the acronym was ENIAC.
ENIAC, it was called the ENIAC. So if you were lucky enough to have one of the big E's, as they called it, the ENIAC, it was developed in 1941, post-World War II, and it was the first, now get this, the first ever general purpose computer, electronic digital computer at that, the very first. But not to be outdone, and a lot of you know this name, UNIVAC came along. And what about UNIVAC? Well, UNIVAC is Universal Automatic Computer. UNIVAC is a Universal Automatic Computer produced in 1951. 1951 was the first commercially produced computer. Kind of like the Ford assembly line. They started mass producing these suckers. And it was UNIVAC, the Universal Automatic Computer, in 1951. All right. If I'm not boring you yet, it's going to get a little bit more lit right now. Transistors and mainframes. Has anybody heard of those? Transistors, yeah. And let's see, and mainframes. That was the 50s and the 60s. All right, we're getting a little closer to my era and your era, folks. Transistors in the 1950s, it marked a shift. It used to be all vacuum tubes, big cylinders and vacuum tubes. And it wound up being, it worked its way into, with transistors and mainframes, it worked its way into electronic components, much smaller. Much smaller. So instead of having the big box, for a computer, it got smaller and smaller and smaller. Then, if that wasn't enough, along came IBM, International Business Machine. Now, you guys mostly have probably heard of IBM. You may not have ever used an IBM typewriter or calculator or computer or even a printer. Or they also had copiers way back when, the IBM 8800, I think it was, back then. Even I remember that. So microprocessors and personal computers came along after that. Okay, IBM introduced that 700 series. It was a mainframe which played a crucial role in business and computing. Very fast. Back then, not as fast as today, but very fast back then. Then came microprocessors, getting a little more into everybody's era here. Microprocessors and personal computers. All right. Most of you have a personal computer, or if nothing else, you have a smartphone, or you're getting a smartphone when the Apples start rolling in. So that is the 70s and 80s. And then who comes along? Who comes along but Intel? They released the first microprocessor, the 4004, and it led to the development of smaller and more affordable computers. Now, I've got a family story for you right here. My son, Adam, has a dear friend who sold his software to Intel, $100 million. Not too shabby. $100 million. So he became a part of Intel. I think he probably advised for a while, and then, he went his way into retirement and investments. But what a story that is. And there is a connection with Intel right there. Well, affordable computers were coming along about then. And then, get ready for this, the Altair 8800 was released. And what in the world is the Altair 8800? Well, in 1975, it was the first commercially successful, these wound up in businesses, not just in homes, personal computer kit. You actually could put it together for yourself. Well, a little over my pay grade, but there were people back then that could do it. Well, guess who's coming to dinner after that? Guess who's coming to dinner? Hello, Apple.
Oh.
Hello, IBM. Hello, Microsoft. The Apple II. If anybody remembers the Apple II, it was a monster, and it had to weigh 60, 70 pounds. And I believe that was produced in our friend's garage, if I'm not Steve Jobs' garage, or his mom's garage, the first Apple II. And then along comes IBM about the same time, and they came up with the PC, the personal computer. And that, quite frankly, that marked the beginning of the computer age. So, yeah, there were this, there was that, there was an abacus, there was an analytic curve. There was all sorts of stuff, but not until the late 70s, early 80s, leading into the 90s, did we have the beginning of the personal computer era. So we've been around for that.
Yeah.
I actually operated one of those huge, monstrous Macs, and it took two of us to carry the sucker, but it was quite a thing to see. with memory. It was quite a thing, quite a thing. Then the 1990s came along, and let's talk 90s to now, okay? 90 to 2024. Well, in the 90s, we witnessed the rise of graphical user interfaces. What do you mean? We're going to have memory boards and things like that in computers? That's unheard of. I thought we were going to be back to the tubes, tubes and drums. New. So in the 90s, what came along, the early 90s, networking. Have you heard that word before? I think we have. Networking came along and the World Wide Web. So welcome to the 90s, everybody. Then in the 2000s and the 2010s, now you're going to like this because almost everybody's got one or two of these items, including me. Laptops, smartphones, and tablets. It blew open the market in the 2000s. A, they were lighter. B, they were faster. C, they were more detailed. And E, they were a little expensive, but as we know, over time, the prices have come down. It blew open the market in the early 2000s and 2010s. You remember that old big brick Motorola phone?
Yeah.
The car phone that you had to have an antenna in your back window or on top of your car?
And people were so proud to lug around this elephant phone.
And it had to weigh 3, 4, 5, 6 pounds, if not more. And it was pretty good, but it was just a precursor to the smartphone. Long time ago. Well, most recently, and we'll wrap this up because we've kept you long enough. Most recently, cloud computing. You've heard, send it to the cloud.
Yeah.
The cloud will keep track. Then enter AI and machine learning, which is going absolutely bonkaroos right now. Hashtag ONPASSIVE. Hashtag Ash Mafara. Hashtag Mohammed Kamal. Hashtag we off to the races, for sure. AI, machine learning, and now quantum computing. Quantum computing. Blowing things up virtually like never before. So when we say here at RobLynnLive, you're in the right place at the right time for all the right reasons to make all the big differences on passive. Okay? So could we have a scroll up, or did I actually wrap it up there?
You did.
I wrapped it up there. Good. Well, hopefully all of you got a little bit of value out of that. It was fun researching. I had no idea how far back some of this stuff went. And it was good stuff to check it out. And we hope you got something out of it. So we haven't said many hellos yet. So guess what? It's hello time.
Okay, so just so you know, on the chat, you'll need to keep opening and closing it for right now. The tech team must be working on it. It doesn't necessarily keep adding the new chats. You know what I'm saying, you guys? So we'll have to open and check the chat along the way today, just while they're working on this feature, I guess. All right, shall we scroll up a bit?
I think let's scroll up and say some howdies.
Okay, let's go up to
All right.
maybe 5 minutes would be a good case.
5 is good.
And we have Dawn Swihart. She says, I loved my transistor radio as a young teen.
Oh, yeah.
And we have Armin saying hello to us and hello to Ali. Hi. Lots of hellos. We got Patricia Green in the house, Melanie Marcano.
There's somebody with their first computer.
Irena Sexalas here.
We had an abacus, which we took turns to use in my parents' house. Who was that? Neil.
So Neil says, my first computer was an
8088.
Purchased in 1987. Then
certainly not 1887, a little before his time.
And Mel then responded,
very nice. We had an abacus, which we took turns to use in my parents' house. Fun. So this stuff's not far-fetched. And even though it's 500 or 1,000 or 2,000 years ago, some of these things are still around and families are having fun with them. And that's cool.
And Mel says the big old brother typewriters with the stiff keys and no screens.
Ah, yes. How about the IBM? Or how about the Royal? Oh, I had a Royal. It was like this big and like this tall.
Wow.
And you had to, even if you could type well,
I think
you had to hunt and peck because the keys were so close.
Oh, interesting. And then we have Ronan Cohen. Hi, Ronan. He says, my first PC was Dragon
32K. Well, that shows he's a youngster right there. All right. Good stuff, Ronan.
And Mayur. Hi, Mayur.
Mayur in the house.
Hello. Nice to have you here. You've been busy, I know. Mel said, that was all I knew back then. Very good point.
All right. Let's see some other comments.
Right. And when Mel says, talking about the big old brother typewriters, Don's White Heart's respond is, yes, and we had to work at it, LOL.
The keys were so darn close. The keys would always stick. You always had to grease them up or oil them up. Yeah. But you know what? That was progress because we didn't have that for so many years.
Yeah.
So we kind of went down memory lane today.
And Mel says the Qualcomm big heavy phone was very nice and clear.
Yep, the Qualcomm was good.
And then Mel says, I'm here laughing at those gadgets, but they served a purpose in their time.
True, for sure, for sure.
And good morning to Mboamboao Ilasu. Nice to have you here. You're always with us. Thank you. Frank Rose said, Lynn, did you notice the little speaker for community time is gone, not showing on my end? It's, you mean the person with the wavy things? It's because I didn't enable the request speaker icon yet. When I do, then that little person
it should show up.
I didn't want to enable it now because
Frank,
it'll confuse people. They think they can come to the panel when there's no panel to come to yet.
Just not yet.
Yeah.
All right. Mayur is here, and Irene is saying hello to him.
And Loretta Hammond is here.
Hello, Loretta. We're glad you're here. 73 of you here on a Tuesday evening. Not too
shabby.
All right. Let's go back to the chat and say a few hellos.
And Chris says, even now, I'm continuing beta tests on our OConnect software. So as this app would be part of history of computers utilizing our digital product.
How true is that? How far have we come from back in the Abacus days?
And Brenda Ross says, I remember our first cordless phone. We thought we were hot stuff, not needing a cord. LOL.
Yeah, that was good stuff back then.
That was high tech, right?
That was high tech. Then along came the Motorola phones. Oh man, high tech.
And then let's scroll down a bit further. Juanita says hello to us all. Hello,
Juanita.
Family, she says. Hi, Juanita.
All right, everybody.
Michael Chad is greeting everybody. That's nice. And Don said, remembering that typing sound in the typing class. That sound, loud sound.
How did that go?
Oh, I didn't know how to make that sound. Yeah. And Mel says, 'twas loud, LOL. That's why I never learned to type.
Well, what really sucked, and I took typing, there were no electric typewriters back in the late 50s, early 60s when I took typing. At Plus, you had to put a ribbon in. It wasn't any of these enclosed ribbons where you don't get any of the ink on your fingers, the red and the black on your fingers. This was down and dirty all the way. You had to put those ribbons in.
Yeah.
And again, progress. So not too shabby.
And hello to Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, hello.
Elizabeth Simmons, nice to see you here. And
glad you're here.
Frank Rowe is here.
Hello, Frank. And Roy Davies from the other coast here in Florida. Hello, Roy. Angela Land is here. Brenda Ross is here.
She says, we are making history now.
You know, we are, people may look back on the recording of what we did tonight and say, what in the world were they talking about in 2000 BCE? Well, It'll be recorded on video as we're recording now, if I'm not mistaken. OConnect, it's the place to be, kids. You gotta love it. All right, who else are we saying hello to before we go to community time?
Roy Davies, Angela Leland, Sadananda is here.
All right.
And we've got David, Don Swihart saying male, LOL, laughing at what she said. Juanita says hi to Angela. Let me see if there's any more chat. We got 76 of us here. Very good.
Not too
shabby. And here we have some more comments. We have Mayur saying, in childhood, 1998, first computer purchased by parents. It's colorful. Big printer. I play some games like Dave. Was that the name of the game? Dave?
I don't remember.
Probably is the name of a game that I'm not familiar with. Oh, that's interesting.
Wait a minute. 1998.
First computer purchase. His parents purchased the computer.
Oh, okay. And in 1998, I was
What?
I was in my 50s.
How old you were?
I was in my 50s, so he's definitely a youngster.
Yeah, he's way younger than us.
Yeah.
And then
Elizabeth Simmons.
Elizabeth says, good to see you. It's nice. And Don says, sometimes you would get a typewriter that a key would stick and it would slow you down.
True. They were looking for 80 words a minute. If you could do 20, you were lucky with those old bad boys. Royal, then there was Smith Corona. Now, the Smith Corona was kind of improved. It was kind of sleek. It had its own brown cover around it. And the ink didn't get on your fingers as bad. So that was Smith Corona. Okay. And what is the plan tomorrow with RobLynnLive? Glad you asked. We were going to get to that, but we can talk about it now.
Sure.
RobLynnLive is going to air at our normal time of 8 o'clock. Will there be other things going on? Likely so. But we're going to cut it short after 30 minutes. We're going to go 8 to 8:30 in deference to Mr. Mafara and the folks that he has hosting the panel and hosting the first corporate webinar of 24. So look for us at noon, then look for us at 8, and then again, out of respect for Mr. Mafara, we will cut short. We will not have our Q&A tomorrow night. We're going to have a topic. It'll be a very short topic. Have we already decided on one? We must have.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you gave it to me. So tomorrow night's topic for about 30 minutes will be...
Tomorrow is Wednesday, which is AI in 2024.
That's right. It'll be a short discussion of AI in 2024. Pretty cool. So you'll leave there with a wealth of information about what's going on with artificial intelligence today. And then maybe on the corporate webinar, we'll hear some more about AI. So that could be fun. That's why, and that was Lynn's idea, AI in 2024. See, you're the smart one in the household. All right, Brenda, Emmanuel, who else are we going to say hello to before we go to community time? Is that about it?
Let me see.
You do know we have 82 people there.
Oh, good turnout.
Very nice turnout for Tuesday night. Any night we go over 80, we're tickled pink. Or in this case, tickled blue. We have blue shirts on.
Emmanuel Onyeguli's here. He's saying RobLynnLive, hi.
Hello, hello. And if I hadn't said it before, let me say it now. Do you, RobLynnLive? I'm going to say it again. Do you, RobLynnLive, Lynn Nakamoto? Oh, you do.
And we have Cynthia Hopkins with us.
All right, Cynthia.
Nice to have you, and we're happy you're here.
Thank you for being here, Cynthia.
Thank you.
We're tag teaming the signing tonight.
More and more deaf are coming. How exciting.
And?
More deaf. Yay.
I've got the deaf sign for smile. Yeah. See, I'm getting there.
Good job.
This is fun. And last night we had an absolute ball. We learned the alphabet. And we learned what the R is in the alphabet, which is right here. And by touching it on my cap, Rob Gorman is the Mad Hatter right here, the Mad Hatter. And that's in sign, Mad Hatter. So that was fun. That was compliments of, who said that? I mean, Clayton.
Oh,
Clayton, what a guy.
That guy.
He also
He
wears
made
hats, so he made the C and the C touching his cap. So that was cool.
Oh no, Cecil is the one with the C touching the cap. Cecil.
Oh, okay.
Not Clayton.
Clayton has
But I
something
think
else.
Clayton
He wears
decided on the
caps.
sign name. He gave you
Right, he gave me the sign name.
from Clayton.
The R and the cap. So thank you to Clayton. We appreciate it. And we're happy to team up with the deaf because we're learning from the deaf. Okay, they're learning from us somewhat, but we're really learning from them. We're learning how they might have a struggle if there's no closed captioning and nobody signing. And we've learned to definitely respect, you know, their situation and how well they do, because they come to everything. You know, the deaf, the hard of hearing, deaf blind. We have one, Eddie came the other night. That was cool. And Eddie was on the panel. Very cool. Very cool. So thanks to all our deaf and deaf blind and for coming. We appreciate it. And you are welcome here each and every night. So there you have it.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, and the chat is still going strong.
All right. Let's head for the chat for a few moments.
Brenda says, very exciting. Tomorrow will be a fun-filled evening.
It will. Now, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is us. Then 9 o'clock is the Ash Mafara webinar with hosts Julie Pierre, St. Pierre, I think it is.
Julie Pierre.
Pierre. Okay, Julie Pierre. And I think Manu Miller is the other.
So the hosts of that webinar are Manu Miller and Julie Pierre.
Okay.
And there's a number of co-hosts. But Dr. Bill Williams will be speaking, I believe.
All right. Sounds like a winner to me.
Brenda says, yes, I RobLynn
that girl.
Live.
I knew you did, Brenda.
I RobLynnLive. She says, and Irena says RobLynnLive, and she has dancing emojis. Thank you.
Good stuff. Thank you, Irena.
And Irena says, now I can count to 10. Very cool.
That is cool.
And we'll get to practice that more, Irena, until we get it down. And Melanie is using her emojis. She has a I love you, a fist, and a heart, and something, and a rock on.
All right. That's all good stuff.
Yeah.
There's Elizabeth.
Elizabeth says, yes, right. I agree with Rob. He agrees. That's nice. All right. Thanks. And ONPASSIVE coming my life, says Vipin Kumar.
All right, Mr. Kumar. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, brother. All right. Have we got anybody more in the chat, or did that wrap up the chat for the moment? Oh, no, you got more. There's more. More.
Just hellos, mostly hellos.
Okay. There's Chris Tiazonis here. He helped us out earlier. And there's Frank Rowe. Hello, Frank.
Now time we can do the community time. It's past 9 already.
All righty. Well, we started, I think, 11, 12 minutes late.
Yeah, so it's about an hour.
About an hour. That's cool. We apologize for any technical difficulties we had. We apologize for not being able to show the Where's Ollie Boy contest, but they are working on OConnect in Hyderabad and in probably Abu Dhabi and Dubai, as well as other areas of the world. So.
And we want to say hello to Charles Foster. I think his sign name is CF or something, right? Welcome to our show, Charles.
All right, Charles. CF in the house.
So nice. Let's see if any more people have come in since then.
I hope so.
We have Dharmendra Kumar here.
Woo, Dharmendra in the house.
As well as Olasumbo Kuye.
Jean Barilla is in the house.
Sybil Hamilton is here as well.
And we've got a new tradition here at RobLynnLive. We keep piling those traditions on, don't we? And that's John Barilla. The voice of John Barilla, the baritone voice of John Barilla, will be singing tonight for us again.
How nice. And let us show our caps. I'm a bit high for the caps. Okay, here we go. So which one comes first?
One family.
Okay.
Then one team.
Then I
That's
say.
me. And then you say.
One movement and one.
ONPASSIVE. Killer. All right. Let's. Ooh, Olasumbo's here.
Charles, you're welcome. Okay. Alrighty. So shall we go ahead and explain what the speaker request icon is? Would you like to explain it while I enable the new ticker?
Would you like me to?
Yes.
Then I will. Okay, the boss says to talk about how do you come on to community time. Well, it's easy peasy. Once Lynn enables the community time add as a panelist button, you will see it at the bottom of your screen right down here. So let's see.
Let's do it this way by your body.
Oh.
Yeah, right there, down there.
But in the middle, in the middle, okay? And all you do is click on that, and then on the host screen, and this is good for you folks that are going to be hosts of OConnect, you'll see it'll be a pop-up. And on that pop-up will show the name and where they're from, and that they want to come to the panel. You click on them. The first night it was taking 4 to 6 seconds, okay, which was 3 weeks ago. Last night, the night before, under 2 seconds. You click that link, that little man with the Victrola sticking out of his ears, with the speaker sticking out of his ears, you're in less than 2 seconds. So not too
shabby. And just to remind you, for the chat, just for probably tonight, you'll need to close the chat and open the chat in order to see the new comments coming in. It's not automatically scrolling. It does automatically scroll sometimes, but not consistency. So if you're wondering why everybody's so quiet, it's not because they stopped talking. You just got to close the chat and open it up again, and you'll see it. Lovely hats, Rob and Lynn, says Mel.
Thank you, Mel. We appreciate that. Hello, Olasumbo. I knew you'd come by. One of our favorite nurses, healthcare worker, extraordinary. Indeed. And Carmela Schwartz in the house.
Hi, Carmela. Fire.
That's Carmela Fire Schwartz, to be exact.
Oh, and Moshvek is here. Hi, Moshvek.
Moshvek in the house. All right, our buddy.
One of our volunteers.
He's feeling better now, so he's here with us. That's good stuff.
And we want to say prayers for his
mama. I have it written down. I was getting to that. Prayers for Mama Perdusi. She's had surgery today, and we send prayers out to her, as I'm sure you folks will as well.
Thank you so much for sending prayers and good wishes to Moshvek and his family and his mom. Okay?
Right, for sure. All right, do we have any other scrolling down, or is it time to click on that magic button?
Let's see if there's any other comments.
All righty, dighty.
Tech team must be working on things, says Michael Chatta. Yep, for sure. All right.
I think he's right.
All right. So I think we're ready to rock and roll as far as the community time, the panel.
Right.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to enable the speaker request icon. When you see it, go ahead and request. Click on that person with the radiating half circles around them, and then I will approve you, and you will be voila in the panel.
All right, let's get it done.
Go.
We still have 70 here. Let's bump it up. Come on, kids.
And thank you to Michael Chatta. He has been creating all of these tickers that you see are all the artwork of Michael Chatta. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And we want to say, come in, Ms. Mohammed Ashraf. Hopefully you can unmute. I know you try and you cannot always unmute because of your network, but it would be so cool if you could.
Yes, it would.
So Mohammed Ashraf Ansari is the first to come to the panel. All right, I think I need to put it on gallery view.
All right, let's do it.
He was already here.
Mohammed Ashraf Ansari, welcome.
Can you unmute and show your video and say hi to us?
That would be cool. Go ahead, Mohammed. Looks like Pedro is in the house. Pedro Estrada. Hello, Pedro. Pat Green. Dorothy's in the house. Dorothy! Pat Green is in the house. Thank you for being here, Pat. Mohammed. Pedro, thank you for being here as well.
Manaj says, hi, Lynn, ma'am. Your cap is so beautiful. words. I am very excited. How nice. Thank you for those kind words.
I see Pedro is on camera. Good stuff, Pedro. Thanks for being here.
And Michael Chattis says, you're welcome, RobLynn Live.
That's who we are. All right, now that's just 3 folks and us. Let's bump it up a little bit. Who else wants to come to the
80
panel?
folks here in the webinar, so I'm sure we should be able to get at least 8 of you. 10% need to
10% would be cool. Hey, there he is, Ashraf Ansari.
Oh,
hello, brother.
He's on camera. Yay, Ashraf.
Thanks for being here, brother. You got one of the coolest beards in town, brother. I like it. I like it. I never could get mine that bushy. That's why I cut it off. So we're glad you're here. Thanks for hopping on for a minute. Hello to you, Pat, and hello to you, Pedro Estrada, Pedro Jose Estrada Solares, if we could get that straight. Yes,
and we have Patricia, and her image is bigger than usual. It's nice to have you closer up, Pat. It's really nice. Very close camera. Good.
What did she do? Move the computer closer to her chair?
Did you move yourself closer to the computer? What did you do? Yes.
What did you do?
Yes, you did that. Looks nice. We can see your face. It's good.
All right, good stuff, Miss Green. And let's see, we got 0.
I know. I don't know why.
I hope that's not a glitch for tonight.
So you guys, you know, the topic is a history of computers. You can talk about what computers you have seen or what you've personally had over the years, what you think of computers, what do you think computers are going to do for us in the future. You could also just talk about another subject not related to computers. So don't feel intimidated by the topic, for sure. Just come on down.
All right. And let's see. That's it so far. Well, I guess we're going to talk to these folks for a while. Is that all right with you, Miss Nakamoto?
That's fine.
Talk to us.
Hit the mute button.
Once again, I was muted.
Go ahead.
Allegedly by mistake.
Carmela says, me. So Carmela, click the speaker request button like you did before. Try again.
And Mel, same thing.
Because we did accept you, and for some reason it didn't come on. So Mel, click the speaker request icon.
We'll try it.
Yeah, and Carmela as well. The same button that you always click on. If you don't see the button, then go ahead and refresh. Refresh might do the trick for you.
Oh, I thought you were reaching in your handbag for a tip for me. Okay, you just getting your headsets. I got it. That's all right. All right, what's happening there in Kansas, Dorothy?
Good evening to Clover Kelly, by the way.
All right, here come the headsets. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check.
I refreshed. Click the request to be speaker 4 times. So maybe that is not working well as well. So let me go and fetch you guys from the speaker list, attendee list rather. Was
Mel and Carmela.
Okay, Mel, Carmela, and John.
And John Boy.
Okay.
All right.
I think you got to type that here. Yeah, MEL.
MEL. MEL.
That's enough.
Melanie Marcano, come on down.
And Carmela's here.
Carmela Schwartz.
I have her right here. Look, you see her right here.
Okay.
Because she has MEL in the name.
Got it.
Okay, next would be John, please.
John Barillo, that would be
John.
John. Enter.
Okay, so we know that speaker icon, request icon isn't working as well as it normally does. Okay, John, I'm clicking it. Doesn't seem to be responding at this time, John.
Maybe we need to refresh.
Okay. Okay, we'll try again. Let me try again. Please type John.
I will.
Try again. Okay, he evidently came over already.
Oh. Jean Barilla is already here. Let me see.
No.
I don't see him. There he. Oh no, that's Pedro. All right. All right. How you doing on audio there, Miss Green? Unmute.
Can you hear me? Oh yes.
You're audible.
All right.
Lima Chicken.
I remember our first computer. It was one of those that was about the size of a TV screen, and we bought it, and it was used. And we bought it from a gentleman that collected money from the highway. You know, where they have those things where you have to go pay money to get in certain parts of highways, and so that's who we bought it from. One of the things it had on there was a game about golf. And it would say when you got stuck in the sand, that's rough stuff,
Oh yeah. Okay.
which was a lot of fun.
Oh
And
yeah, for
my husband
sure.
used it all the time. I didn't do anything with it, but it was a lot of fun to do that. As far as the weather here, it's been snowing like crazy. I've got to find
Oh,
somebody to plow our driveway so we can go anywhere if that's what we choose to do. Fortunately, we're both working from home, so we don't have to leave the house, you know. So I'm like, for at least the next couple of days, I think we're going to be hibernating. I don't think
well,
we're going
that's
to be
good.
getting out in it,
Well,
but
you'll stay warm then. That's good stuff.
yes, it's been, the snow is we've got more snow this so far this year than we have in a long, long time. And I looked out the door this morning. Across the street, there's two houses. One of them is being built, and the other one somebody lives in. And a tree fell down between two of them. It didn't hit either house, which I thought, that had to been God because that would have been awful if it hit one of those houses or hurt somebody.
For
It was
sure.
just so heavy, I think, from the snow. And so we've had a combination of rain and snow, which is a bad combination, especially when it comes to traveling.
It
So
makes
I'm
for
thankful
ice,
that we're
doesn't it?
yes.
Mm,
So I'm thankful that we're both working from home and we don't have to get out in this.
good stuff.
And yeah, so I'm excited about that. So that's all I had to say.
All right. Well, we'll be back to you. It may be rather short night with there only being three people on the panel plus us. But hey, we'll work it. We'll see what happens. We'll try to get. There's like 7 other people that wanted to come in, so
Yeah.
we'll keep working on it.
We'll
Let's go to Pedro. Pedro, what's happening in Gaithersburg?
So people in the chat, continue to say that you want to come to the panel, and I will try my very best. Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello,
So good to
Pedro.
be here. Yeah, Gatesburg had a lot of sort of freezing rain all day. It was not freezing rain, but it was cold rain all day. A great day in Gatesburg. No need to go out at all. But yeah, I enjoyed the history of computers. There's a lot to learn from that. How they have progressed. I had the chance to work at IBM here in Bethesda for a contractor. But then I worked at the job at a printing company, a large printing company, and I printed checks for them every week, about 200 checks, and they were printed on an IBM that was programmed with IBM cards. Would punch the holes in the cards and then set it. That was the way to program it in order to get the numbers right and all that. It was a stack of cards that you would have to punch before starting printing and then set them there, and then that will do the programming, print the right check and whatnot. Very interesting the way it was. Then they moved. Then they acquired a mainframe 32, and that used RPG programming. I didn't know much about that programming at the time, but my supervisor started to show me, and I started to pick up some. So by the time the company moved somewhere else, the same company, and was acquired by a large organization, because we did half of the printing for the Department of Labor. The National Bureau of Affairs was the company that bought the printing company, because we did mostly of the printing for them. They acquired an IBM 36, and that one was more modern, but of course, it was huge. It was like a big. Well, the 36 was more compact than the 32, but still was like a big desk, and so I continued to learn more RPG doing that. So I use mainly mainframes, or mini as they call them at the time. Oh, yeah, mini computers. That was interesting. That was in between the 80s and 90s that I used that. I ended up with one of those in my home. The 32, they gave it away, and I took it. I wanted to play with it at home, and it was so large. It was like one of those dining tables that have even a lift in between, that large, and about 5 feet tall. It was amazing compared to what we have now. I mean, I can see the difference. I just wanted to share that.
All right, good stuff for sure. Lynn is trying to bring some folks to the panel. Any luck yet, or not yet?
I think so.
Well, let's take a look at the speaker at the gallery view.
I'm right
Okay,
in the middle.
okay.
Just
Bear with us, everybody.
Is anybody showing up in the panel? New people, you guys, let us know. I'm in the back of this webinar right now. Anybody showing up? You guys?
I don't see anybody yet, Lynn. I was also wondering, I had a thought in Messenger. You've got that link in there if you want to be an attendee, or not attendee, but part of the panel. I'm wondering if they click on that, if that would help.
That's a good idea.
What?
In Messenger, where you have the become a speaker, if you sent that out to some folks.
No.
No?
I didn't.
No, but I say, Pat is saying if you would, you think that might make a difference.
Yeah, but I'm bringing people now to
the
old way. You know, the old way you used to bring you guys in.
Uh-huh.
So nobody's appearing, right?
I don't see anybody yet.
Huh.
They must be working on it at corporate, that's for sure. And even bring people to the panel. They're going to have an issue
there's
tomorrow.
Some more. There's Chris Diazone. He's on the panel. And
he came in with the link. So I guess I'll go get the link and try to give it to people the old-fashioned way. Oh, someone's here in the request speaker area.
All right, maybe that's going to start working.
Oh,
France
Marcelin.
Right,
so it worked for him. So you guys keep requesting to be a speaker.
Please,
through
if
the
you want to come on.
It seems to be working for some, so keep trying that. In the meantime, I'll go get the link, the speaker link.
All right.
You can keep.
All right, let's, Franz, do you feel like saying a few things while you're at it, since you're here?
Hey, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, brother. Welcome
I have
to History of
refresh to
Computer.
get in. I'm glad I did.
We are too.
Yeah, so history of computers. Wow. You know, I remember when I was in high school, back in 87, and you know, I never used a computer before at that time, and they put me in a computer class. And out of everything they put me in a computer programming class.
Oh.
I mean, I never used computers before. I didn't understand the language. And, you know, that was the first time in my life I spent the whole year, my grade average is all C's. Everything I made is C. I can never make a B or an A in that class, you know, and to use the floppy disk and everything like that we were using back then, it was amazing at the beginning. You know, it took me probably the 3 months really to get to use it very well. And after that, and I never studied so hard in my life, you know, to try to understand the computer system. And it's funny enough. And then when I went to college, I wanted to study computer science, but I said, no, I'm not going to do it because it was too hard for me to learn. And I remember the dot and all this thing we used to use back then. And now what we have now, man, life is so easy.
No
Thank
more
God
two.
for technology. Thank God for people with more brain than I am. They can come up with stuff like that, and we can have laptops, can have cell phones, and it is a great change. And also ONPASSIVE gonna make it even better. So we're waiting for that, and I'm glad that I took that class because that class may give me a love for computers, even though I had all C's in my class.
But
But
you
Doesn't sound like
it was a lot. At least I passed.
you did a bad job if you got a C in a programming class and you'd never done anything with computers before, friends. So sounded like you did a great job to me.
Yeah, the first beginning, my frustration was about the syntax errors. I said, what did I do wrong? I think I did everything right. And then boom, when you go to run it, it gives you a syntax error.
Right. Start over. Start over.
That's when you hit refresh.
Yes, exactly. There was no refresh button back then.
Refresh. All right. Thanks a lot for that, Franz. And let's say hello to either Chris or Mel. Mel, go ahead. Ladies first.
Thanks for your patience, you guys. We're trying so hard to bring you in.
That's
We
okay.
are.
Thanks, Mel.
That's fine. It's just persistent. We just have to keep on, just continue on.
Oh,
Thank you,
boy.
RobLynn. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I remember the how you call it, the big CPU, the motherboard, and you had to put that big thing under the desk, and it take dust. You have to dust. Sorry, not dusk, dust, and you have to keep wiping or dusting off. And now it's that tiny little desktop that you can have right in front of you. It's packed with information, you know?
Mhm.
So what a
Incredible.
difference from then to now.
I was going to show this Mac Mini. Can we show that? Are you able to? We
No.
can't. This Lynn's computer is this big. It's a
Wow.
Mac Mini. Now, the original Mac was half the size of our dining room table and probably weighed 180 pounds. But today, this Mac Mini, all you do is hook it up to a what do you call these? Monitor, any size monitor. You can hook this Mac Mini up to a 75-inch TV, and away you go. And the picture is crystal clear. The lightning speed is beyond reproach. It's unreal. It's very quick. So
Thank you.
So anyway, that's from Mel. You have anything else before we go to Miss Carmela?
Yeah, the other one is I talk about the Big Brother typewriter, which the keys took. It's one at a time, one stroke at a time.
Even if you took a typing class, the keys were so close together, you had to almost hunt and peck, as they
That's
call it.
why I never liked typing because of that. Too loud and too stiff. And then I saw my niece before, you had those big speakers. Big speakers, you have to find a nice corner to put them in. Now you have these little things. My niece has a little one, and you just talk to Google, and it brings on the songs, it brings on everything. What a difference from then to now.
Talking to Siri and talking to Alexa. Alexa, turn the lights on.
Yeah,
Alexa, play some country music. This stuff's unbelievable what's going on today.
exactly.
Talk
Thank
about
you.
interfacing. Holy smokes.
I'm going to do a quick refresh if you don't mind. I'll be right back. Okay.
Have I got time?
So I've sent the speaker link. I've sent the speaker link to a whole bunch of you on Messenger. Hopefully that helps you all. Also, if you can help me keep track of the actual chat itself for people asking to come in, I said to say me. So if you can help me with that, you guys, that would be much appreciated. Lots going on tonight. Trying to Stay afloat here. Has anybody asked to come in?
No one so far in the chat.
Nobody? Okay. For the deaf, I sent most of you the speaker link. Check your messenger, should be there for deaf. Okay? If not, type in the chat. Me. Okay? Thank you. Because the speaker request icon is not working tonight. Not working well anyway. I have to leave, says Angela. I have too much buffering. The sound is going in and out. Oh, sorry, Angela. Come back tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be good by tomorrow. John says, I left the webinar, came back on my computer, and I have now clicked the speaker icon 3 times and refreshed each time, and you don't see me. I don't think I can sing loud enough for anyone to hear me from here, but I'll refresh again and see what happens. So I sent you the speaker link, John, as well. And Don, oh, your request is still raised. I think I sent you the link. If not, let me check real fast, Don. You might want to just check, go to Messenger. I don't know if that will work for you guys, but it's worth a try.
And Lynn, I see that Sandanata Diaz is saying me again.
Oh, Sadananda, thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
That's helpful. Okay, Sadananda, I sent the request, the link, the speaker link to you in Messenger.
And Brenda Ross also had asked before. I don't know if Brenda Ross.
Brenda. Oh, Brenda.
Yeah, she did ask before.
Okay. Let me see if I have her on Messenger. Ross. Oh, there, Brenda Williams Ross. Yes, I see you in Messenger, Brenda. I'm going to send you the link right now. Sadananda, it's in Messenger as well. Don, you too, I sent it to you in Messenger.
It's working out.
No.
No.
But somebody can send to Charles. I don't think I have Charles on my Messenger. Let me look one more time. Charles.
I see John Barilla.
Oh, I do. I have him on Messenger.
Good.
Okay, so Charles Foster, I sent you the link. Go check your messages. Messenger. Okay, check.
Chris, did you already speak while I was in the comfort room? If not, go ahead.
Hi, Happy Boy.
Okay.
Tarafdar.
Hi everyone.
Mabuhay.
Yes. Likewise, boomerang, mabuhay, boomerang.
All right, Boomerang.
Well, it's for today's live stream, it seems there it's weird. Eh, Gosh, I was in the background. Why did this happen, etc. So anyway, uh, as previously said, we're waiting for updates, and probably tech team are on it. With regards to history of computers, I I had a memory of in college uh, using floppy disks. Do you know floppy disks?
I
Very
remember
big.
those days. Yeah.
And it's a round film inside, so I have to insert it in the DOS. What's the meaning of DOS? In order to run the program, and after a few years,
What?
this big floppy disk became as a smaller. It's a uh, it's called it's still called, I think it's still called the disk, but it's already smaller and harder. So the disk I'm the first disk is is kind of foldable. You have to take you have to make sure it's not gonna be folded. It won't work when you insert it in the very big uh, 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 computer to run programs, and you have to type there. S- it's a simple program, and I'm now not I cannot remember how to do it. So, and then after 5 years or 10 years, it went to smaller and harder disks, floppy disks, and yeah, it was quite a history of having those computers. I think in my lifetime, the the computer gadgets I encountered are perhaps 5 to 7 different computers. So it could be it's a desktop. I in the in the office that we have with my mom. I think we have 3 to 4 desktops, and it of course it each of them got outdated. So and it didn't work, so we have to buy another. Then the laptops we have, I think were four 4 to 5. It ranges from Toshiba to HP. So we're not yet even. Did you mention about Rob, the in the computer class I had to present the this how this how it looks, the big computers at around 1960s or 50s. So it's a big room to contain those types of computer,
Oh
those
yeah, we talked about those. Yeah,
The mainframe.
mainframe.
mainframe they
Oh
were called. Yeah.
Mm,
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah.
huge.
And even in the Facebook page, posts, sometimes I see this how it's looks like the storage. Very, you have to push it inside the van. This how it looks, the storage, and now it's very little. It's a size of a thumb.
It's a chip. Called it.
So clearly, it's a walk of history. Thanks,
Yeah, for
thanks.
sure. All
I'm
right.
mumbling in
No
my
other
mind.
hand. John, did you want to say something, or Dawn, or Carmela?
I
Anybody?
want to say something.
Ah, Carmela, shocker
My
there. Go ahead.
my story is about a computer. I mean, it was 35 years ago. My son was 5 years, and he comes home and he wants to play with the computer because all his friends have computer and we didn't have it home. So I bought him a computer, and I didn't know where is even the button to press to open it. So, and he did such a lot of things in that computer. So I was astonished. 5 years old child play with that big box and do so many things, and I even didn't know where is the to open it. So I had to study. So I went to. I said it's incredible. 5 years old, no knowledge more than me. It can't be. I must go and study. So I went to a course to learn how to use the computer and how the computer is working. That was the beginning. I had to be equal to my son that he was 5 years old. He knows so much, and I knew nothing. I
Well,
felt
you've come
dumb.
a long way, as they say.
Yes. And since then, there always was changing with the computer. They come more and more better ones. In the 2000, I went to one doctor and I saw the first time the laptop. He brought it from America and Israel. We didn't have it yet. And I saw the laptop and I was astonished too. So I said, I must have one like this myself. And I have to learn how it's work. And I did work hard to buy it because it was a lot of money. The first one that comes was very, very expensive ones. And I did one, and I buy one, and I'm happy. Since then, I'm always learning more and more to be more and more technologic. And I'm happy that I find the Ashmufara vision, because here I really, really learn to be more and more and more technologic. And thank you all
Thank you.
to help me to learn more and to be more technologic and to be more aware what happens in this world, because the world is changing. It's not only the computer, the AI, and making so many things. It comes to everything, to our health, to our food, to our everything it touch. There is nothing that the AI touch, and is the next thing in the world, and we have to know how we do it, and it's going to bring only good things. And I'm happy. Thank you for letting me
If you're
speak.
happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. All right. Good stuff there. Let's see. Let's see. Any hands, or is the ball in my court?
What happened to the ticker?
Ticker went away.
Oh, I don't think anybody stopped it. I think
No.
it just stopped on its own. Let me try.
Mel want to speak.
Go ahead, Mel, while we're fixing the ticker.
Sorry.
Let's observe everything, Lynn. Anyway, it's recorded. We have to voice it out. Uh, so I requested. I have a second laptop. I requested speaker. I speaker request now, and let me see if you could see it on the top right.
Okay. It worked at the very beginning, and it worked for who?
For Marceline, yes, I've heard it. When I entered the room as a speaker.
Oh yeah. And ever since
So
Franz came in, there hasn't been any more requests.
yes, that's my first observation. When I went in, I have a speaker link. Marceline showed up there, and you click accept. So
Since then, no one. I know people are trying, but we don't see it.
Right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I've been raising my hand. Able to hear me?
John, did you use the link I sent you?
I had to use the link. I had tried. If you know what I just went through, as usual, I tried. I was one of the first people when you put the little speaker link up. I was my usual right there waiting for it. I hit it immediately, and it went through. And then you start bringing people on. I'm going, wait a minute, how could that many people have gotten before me? Then I realized that you didn't see mine, and so then I began to refresh at least 5 times, and it never worked. So I said, let me get off of here. I got off. I left the whole meeting, and I tried to refresh and come back, but then my phone wouldn't let me back on because the link wouldn't work. So I went to the computer after I messaged you on Messenger, came to the computer, and I tried several times on the computer. It still wasn't working. I finally got on the computer, but then when I clicked the speaker guy again, you still weren't seeing it. And so I didn't really get on until you sent me the link again in Messenger. I clicked that link. I got on my phone again, and now I'm here. I don't know whether it's because I clicked the
You're here now.
but I have
You're
no
here
idea.
now.
I'm totally confused. But anyway, could I say I had my first computer, since that's what we're talking about? Also, I burnt my hand. This is awful. I'm so pitiful. Everybody feels so sorry, I'm sure. I would, all this is going on. I'm remembering I got to sing. I said, let me make some warm tea for myself. I'm trying to make tea in the midst while this is all happening. At one point, I went, oh, my tea. I heard the thing that I go in there and I realized that it exploded in my microwave. So it was splattered all over the microwave. I tried to take the cup out. I spilled it on. I got a first-degree burn on my hand.
Oh,
Should I go on? No, I mean, it's like, oh my goodness. So anyway, I'm here. And let me tell you, I didn't get a computer until 2004. I knew about computers, and my only use of computers were other people's. Or if I was at someone's house and they wanted to show me something on a computer, or I would use it for something. And basically, we might play, like card games or something. But it was those computers with the big, like TV, like everything was one thing, and there was a board, but it was like a big computer. But all during that time, like I said, I never owned one. So it wasn't until 2004, and I got a Dell laptop, which by that time, they were coming along pretty far, and it was pretty simple. It was a much different thing. But that wasn't until 2004. That's when I got my first computer. And then besides that, I thought it might be interesting, now that I've calmed down and I'm on and everything's okay. My hand, I got some cream, the stuff I was using for my rash, I put on my hand. So I think it's okay because it's a minor burn. Anyway, and I didn't get any tea, by the way, because I spilled it all over everywhere. So anyhow, so I thought it might be nice, since I am going to sing at some point, but I have, you were talking, Rob, with the history of computers, about when computers were huge, in almost a whole room or whatever, like especially in the early 50s, when they started to get first commercialized and businesses started to use them and such. And I don't know if you all know, but there's a movie called Desk Set. And what year is it? I'm not even sure. I think it's 1951. So 1951, the movie Desk Set starred Katharine Hepburn and Spencer Tracy. They made a lot of movies together, And this movie was about a huge library, or a place, this huge business, but they had an extensive library where people would call for information. So Katharine Hepburn was part of a crew of women that they would be in their office and they'd get phone calls and they would well, yes, sir, that would be 1942. And they would answer like a library, like questions. However, Spencer Tracy is hired. He's an executive that comes into the company to update and revamp the whole company, to put in this huge computer, which is fills their whole room. And they think they're all going to be replaced by this big thing in the room. And there's all this wonderful, fun stuff that happens where the ladies go against a computer and they are on the phones and they answer on a computer. It's a fun, wonderful movie, but it's all about the huge computers. And ultimately, Spencer Tracy wasn't there to replace the women. He was just there to trim down the company, and they weren't going to get fired anyway. They all thought they were going to get fired. So anyway, that's what that's all about. A little story about a movie that was made about the huge computers when they first came in. So that's all I got to say until you have to have me sing.
All right. Yeah, we'd like you to sing if you're up to it in a little bit.
All right.
I don't know how late we'll stay tonight. We still are having trouble bringing people on.
We're trying so hard to get people
It's absurd. I know.
Let you know, for the deaf here, wait, hold on. Everybody stay muted for a bit, you don't mind. For deaf here, I tried to click to move you to speaker, not working. And the speaker icon, I've been clicking, not working. So the best thing is you go to Messenger. I sent most of you deaf, I sent you the link, okay? Try it. I don't know if it's going to work, but it's worth trying. So click the speaker link that I just sent to most of you, okay? Try. Thank you.
All right. Oh, let's see. I think I see. Go ahead, Chris. Up and mouse.
As a second host, Lynn, I can assist you. Just mention the name. I can bring. I can click make speaker on the attendees tab.
It works for you?
So, I think so. Let us test.
Yeah, I'll tell you who they are. I'll tell you right now. Patricia Andrea Cola, she's deaf. Patricia Andrea Cola.
There it is. Hopefully
When
it
I click,
works.
it doesn't work. Did it work for you?
I'm observing it now. It's loading, and I think it's going up. I think she's now transferred. Who's
Okay.
next?
Elizabeth Simmons, she's also deaf. Elizabeth Simmons.
Okay, I'm typing their name on the search bar, so easy to find.
Okay. Is that one done yet?
Okay, go ahead. I'll just note it down.
Okay, next person is Charles Foster. He's also deaf. Charles Foster.
Yeah, okay. I remember the names as of yesterday. Next.
Yeah, good memory. I think that's it. Oh,
Okay,
Cynthia
okay.
Hopkins. Try she's deaf as well. Cynthia Hopkins.
Okay. So okay, no more. So Melanie, go ahead.
Did it all work for you? I mean, when you clicked it,
I
brought them?
I just listed it down, and we will just see later.
Okay, try it. Let me know, because I tried that too.
Miss
It's just
Patricia?
I click, it didn't work. Yay, Patty! Yay.
All right.
He's happy.
Did you have something, Mel? Is that what Chris was saying? Go
I
ahead.
had my hands up for the longest while. Yeah,
You have your hand up?
Well, it's not showing.
It's not showing, you
See,
guys.
that's the
okay.
issue when we don't see the hand.
Yeah, so just everybody know that today is an odd day for this OConnect, and several things are not working as they usually work. So just be really patient, and if you raise your hand and we don't call on you, it's probably because we don't see it. So anybody else has their hand raised right now? Just Mel?
Dawn.
Don? Oh, we don't see your
It's
hand
not showing,
so
but
what we're gonna do is wave. We'll do waving, huh? Instead.
yeah, waving.
Waving, okay? So we'll have Mel first and then Don. Thanks for your patience, you guys.
That's okay. It's worth having patience. We need to have bigger flashing hands. That is way too small. That little thing just bigger ones. Make it bright yellow, or orange, or something. I was gonna mention the computer language. Remember when we had to put in a certain command in the computer? I could never get that thing after several trials. You had to give it that different little characters and then that command. If you miss out one character, then it's not working, and it's so frustrating.
That's my experience.
Yeah?
Gosh, very frustrating. I have to go to the book. What is it? Did I miss? And the book is very thick.
Very. I remember the first time I laid my hands on a computer. That was it. Actually, it's embarrassing, but I was in college. I thought I was gonna break the computer when I first start typing the first line, and it's like I kept telling the trainer, asking the trainer, should I press this? Should I press that? It felt so dull. I am telling you. And now look at, computer is nothing now. You know, we're able to learn so many things now, even talking to it, and it's working. So that's what I just wanted to say, Rob and Lynn. It's about the computer language. That's it.
Right.
Thank you.
All right. Things are changing. You know, they're changing probably by the minute these days. You know, back in the day, maybe the 30s, 40s, and 50s, it took 10 years to develop something. So for all the things that are being developed by ONPASSIVE in 5 years or less, that's pretty remarkable, I think.
Yeah, it makes my life easy. I love easy stuff. Easy peasy. That's
easy peasy works for me.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Dawn. That's Dawn. Thank you, Mel. Let's go to Dawn. Dawn's next.
And Chris, just to let you know, they're saying they're coming in with the link I sent them in Messenger. So your clicking, I guess, didn't bring them in. They use their own Messenger speaker link. Good to know, right? So we know.
Sorry to say, I just wanted to say, Franz had sent. He's there up there, but then he said he got kicked out. but he's showing up there on the top.
John. Oh, John.
Franz.
Who got? Oh, Franz. I sent him the link,
Okay.
so hopefully he sees that.
All right. We're going over to Dawn with the new computer. Go ahead, Dawn.
Trying to figure out my new computer. Yeah. No, but it's working pretty good.
That's good.
It just seems like there was a period in my life when I was home with the children for 15 years that I really got lost in the computer world. I had a lot of catching up to do. And it was my daughters that kind of straightened me out when I finally learned about computers and I finally bought a computer. They said we needed one in the house, but I basically learned everything from my teenage daughters. Have to give them the credit there. But it just amazes me how they've gone from such big machines down to such small machines and how they've got everything packaged so small. And even these little iPads, like my grandson, he has a little iPad that he plays games on. And one day I was getting these noises on my telephone. I thought, what's going on? Well, I went over and I was getting all these little game faces coming through Messenger, but I didn't know who it was coming from. Well, then I realized it was my grandson in Texas sending me these messages, but he doesn't know how to type or he doesn't know how to read, but he was just sending all these little characters to me. So finally I called his mom just to let her know that, I mean, I didn't know if it was going to use anything up on their phones or their phone service, but I was floored by it because, you know, just the things that they can do with all these little iPads and I mean, they're just like little miniature computers. And, but it's just amazing how they've got them so packaged.
That's for sure.
And compact. And a 4-year-old knows how to use it and his grandma doesn't, but.
Grandma's getting better at it.
Yeah, she is. But I look back in the years and it just floors me how they've come up with so much so fast. Just quite amazing.
It is for sure. That's for sure. Does your sidekick there want to have a few words?
He probably has something to say.
Thanks for having us, RobLynn. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, when I first got exposed to the computers, we was in the 90s, I guess, using 7.5 floppy disks to save your work, and eventually they got it down to the 3.5 floppy disk, and you had to save it and everything. And then when I was going on my associate's degree, we had one class. It was CGI, computer generated images, and it was the coolest thing. Because I really have a knack for design sometimes, and there's this one scene there in the computer where you could there's like a gangster street, a neighborhood, and you had to get your car parked in between these two cars that was really like bumper to bumper, and it had just enough room to get the car in there. Anyway, when you're designing it, when you do that, you draw a line behind the car, and then you do what you got to do for parking it. But when you hit play, it's like an animation. The car goes zooming in, it parks the car just perfectly. It's amazing stuff. But then it goes basically back to the dial-up days when you had to dial up just to get on the darn internet, and that was amazing too. But yeah, I've been around the computers for a while, more so than Don here. But I also was in school for it, in different type of computer classes and generated images and so forth. So I'm just getting better at it. I'm always willing to learn and look forward to learning more, to tell you the truth. So back to you, Rob.
All good. I just wanted to reinforce and mention it again that tomorrow night at 9 p.m. there is a corporate webinar. It is the first of the year. It's being hosted by Julie Pierre and Manu Miller. There will be an attendee link in the back office. That's really all I have for that now. And Ash Mafara is expected to be there. All right, over to you, Pedro. Was that a hand raise?
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Pat's hand.
stand by one, Pedro. We're going to Dorothy in Kansas.
So
Go
maybe
ahead.
the hand raise thing is working again, I think, for now.
Yes. I got a new phone, and this phone is okay. I had to replace my other one because it would, I get a phone call and then it would go automatically to mute. And I'm like, and I couldn't get any more calls. So I bought a new phone the other day and I'm trying to figure this thing out. I have to admit, the old phones that you had at your home on your table or your desk or whatever, your coffee table or what, or on the walls, were a lot easier to operate than these new phones
Oh, yeah.
sometimes, And so with the technology, I mean, I'm thankful that we can carry them around with us, and I'm thankful we can use them. But my old phone, I had to replace it because I had to check it all the time to make sure that people could, call me, because my phone would automatically go to mute. And I thought, what good does a phone do me if nobody can call me and I can't hear the phone ringing, And I'd had it for a long time. I thought, this is crazy. So I'm working on getting used to this, and I'm thinking about doing a thing with one of those search places where you can search for a manual for this, so I can go over it and see what I need to do certain things on it, because I'm used to being able, when you get a call and you can't be there or whatever, um, I'm used to being able to find out when you receive the call, and I haven't found that button yet. So I'm working on it. So, and computers are interesting too, because they've got a lot of technology and things you have to learn. And they're just kind of, I mean, I'm flexible, but these things can drive you nuts sometimes.
That's true. Can't argue with that one.
Anyway, that's all I had to say. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thank you. Pedro, go ahead, sir.
Where's Pedro? Oh, he's trying to unmute. Okay, that's good.
Are you able to unmute, Pedro?
You're on mute. You're on mute. Pedro, you're on mute.
All right. Not hearing Pedro.
He's not able.
Refresh. Pedro, refresh.
Refresh.
There goes Pedro. He'll be back. He'll be back.
So the hearing made up a gesture. This means refresh. Easy to understand. So refresh. Good gesture, huh?
Yes, I'm back.
Yay, we hear you.
Pedro, you're loud and clear, brother. Go ahead.
Yes. Thank you. I'm going to click on my camera as well. I've been trying to learn from the signing that everybody's doing. Is not that I understand anything, but it makes for the chat much more interesting that you can be moving your eyes from one place to the other, trying to pick up signs. I think this is bringing a lot of a new way of engaging since the deaf community are helping with the signing. I would like to ask them if they can go over the alphabet. Last night I was saying when they weren't over the alphabet, so I really appreciate that. And repeat the numbers. I picked up some, but not all. That's all I wanted to request. Computers I have used from mainframes to desktop. and the scanners. I had to teach myself to do all that, and like Pat Green was saying, it's kind of frustrating sometimes. But it takes a lot of endurance to stick with it until you figure out what is going on. Tonight I came from the back office to here, and I was able to click on the speaker link from enabling that Lynn started the first time. So I was fine, but I don't know why everybody else had trouble. So whatever, they're probably working on it, or but anyway. So my request stands for the deaf communities repeat the alphabet and the numbers that they taught yesterday.
Okay, yeah, they said fine. They don't mind teaching again the finger spelling and the numbers 1 to 10. No problem, no problem.
3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. Wait a minute. 6. He's doing a 6.
He's teaching it now? Okay.
Yeah.
8, and that's 9 and
8,
10. Sorry.
9.
I'm an ASL teacher for 3 years, he says, so I teach sign language.
That's good. You got to keep coming back every night, brother.
I have over 200 clients in ASL, or customers, students. Good. I enjoy teaching people ASL, he says. Yay! Can you mark again, slower, 1 to 10, slow, please. Communication in the old days was different. We used total communication in the old days. So, Mark, can you teach again? 1 to 10, but slower. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Let me voice it. Not 3, not this way 3. No.
No.
Not like this. It's this way. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. It looks like a W, but it's the number 6. You touch your baby finger to your thumb. That's the 6. And then 7 with your ring finger on the thumb. 8. That's 8. 9. And 10. 100. 200. 300. That's good. It takes time, step by step. Okay. Who's next? Wave. Who? Right. Raise your hand. Wants to teach. Who? Okay. Right. Patty. Okay. She says, "Hello. Colors. I'm going to teach you colors. Colors. Red. This is red. Red. Hey, Patty, can you come closer? You're so far. Your face is so small. Come closer. Closer. Red, that's red. Red. Color red. Blue, the letter B, and you shake it. Blue. Yellow is the letter Y, which you shake. Yellow. That's yellow. Good. Thank you, Patty. Okay, who's next? Raise your hand. Who? All right, we got Elizabeth. Okay. This is the letter F, and you do this motion, it becomes family, the sign for family. The letter F, made in a circle is family. The letter F, that becomes the sign for family. The whole thing, the whole family, all of the family, family. Okay, who's next? Who's next? Teach, who? Who's gonna teach next? How about Lessa? Lessa? Let's want to teach? Okay, maybe. So I'm thinking, first, since I lost my thought. Okay, wait, hold on. Are you thinking of what to teach? Lessa, you can teach one sign. One sign. Oh, I'm not sure what's going on here. Lessa, can you see me? Lessa, you can teach one side. Your turn. You want to teach one side? Okay, let's go on to whoever. I think not. Who's next? Who? Anyone else? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. To teach a sign. Okay, we go to Elizabeth.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Family.
Family.
Beautiful. Family.
Very nice. Yay, they're clapping for you. Yay. All right. Are we good? Any more? We don't want to teach too many, overwhelming, just few every night. Enough. Okay?
We ready for maybe a song from John?
John will sing. I think he's ready.
He's ready. Go ahead, John. Johnny. Unmute, Johnny.
John, you're still muted.
You're muted.
Oh, he's probably going to refresh and try to come back in.
I made him a co-host for this time.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
You're
All
audible.
right.
You're audible.
I refreshed and you made me a co-host, so I think we're okay. All right. See, I don't know what it is. There's somebody looking. I got something cursed with me here tonight. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, here we go. So I'm going to do.
Muted. Sound off. Microphone off. Why? John will sing for us now. Okay? Thank you.
Okay. All right. So you're going to change the screen or anything, or are we going to do it like this? Okay. So I'm going to do, this is for the request that Mel made last night for A Wonderful World, a very nice song. So I'm going to try and do A Wonderful World, and I hope my computer's going to play the music for me. Let's see what's going to happen here. Here we go. And I think to myself, Ah, what a wonderful world. Ah, the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Very nice,
Visual
John.
clapping. Yay.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Very nice.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
This is the time for a picture.
Uh-oh.
Picture time. Picture time. Are you guys ready? Ready? Maybe you can do a sign or a gesture, peace, love you, heart, whatever, with expressions. Mark, you ready? You ready, Mark? Okay. I will count 1, 2, 3. I can't say 2 because the balloons go on the screen. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. And now, okay, are you ready? Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. And Mark is saying, what happened? What happened? Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one for sure.
Action, action. Let me save it. We'll do one more.
Yeah. She'll put that in the chat, the RobLynnLive chat for everybody.
Okay, one more, okay? One more. 1, 2, 3. Go for it. Very nice.
Good
Nice.
stuff. This is one heck of a panel tonight, I'll tell you. Thanks to everybody for coming. I mean, this is the place to be. It is the place to be. We learned a little about computers. I know I did. We learned a little about each other, and we certainly learned some sign, and that's a good sign. So we're happy everybody's here, and reminder, tomorrow night at 9.
We got to do it again. I had the wrong. You know that little thingy, the toggle switch. I had it on the wrong one. It has to be on the left. So one more time, please.
One more.
Forgive me. I'm sorry. I just noticed it. Okay, now everybody's bigger. Big squares better.
Okay.
Right? We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Okay. What was that, Chris? Okay, let me save it before I mess it
Well,
up.
let's hope she saves it this time,
Okay, I want to see everybody doing the clap. Wait, after I finish saving. Okay, I have an idea to do the clapping. Death clap. You don't mind? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Clap. Oh, that's lovely, you guys. Okay, that's going to be in the, I'm going to put it in the messenger chat for RobLynn. Okay? Let me save it first.
All right.
Before I mess up. Save.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Any parting comments? Anybody want to hit us with your best shot one more
Last
time?
comments.
Pat Green, go ahead, Dorothy. Dorothy.
I was wondering, Lynn, my fingers are not very flexible. Are there some exercises we can do to loosen up our fingers so it's easier for us to do some of these signs? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand. Her fingers not move well. It's like stiff fingers. So what do you do for stiff
Mark
fingers?
is saying to go like this. Mark.
Okay,
Yeah.
you see, copy Mark.
That's what my doctor has me doing with my arthritis in my left hand, going like this.
Because Mark
Yeah,
looks
'cause
like he's frozen.
Pat, he's doing A through Z with both hands. He's bilateral, you can tell. Well, what's that the word? Two hands. Bilateral. What's that when you can use both hands? Anyway.
Ambidextrous.
Oh, he's ambidextrous, yeah. I know. Mark showing off. So he says, you're right, I'm showing up. But Pat Green has a hard time. Her fingers don't move easily. So she wants to know what to do. So he said, just do this. You see what Mark's doing? Mark Balcom is doing?
Yes.
Do that. That'll limber them
You
up.
see, there is a ball. You
Huh?
can use that ball to make it to smooth. A special ball.
There you go, Pat.
Get a ball like that, like Carmela's, and do that.
Let's see. What do we? Computer.
Hey, that's a good idea
training,
too.
Right.
Exercises. Good
And
stuff.
look at what John's doing. John, his idea. Okay, John.
Oh, there's a ball from Elizabeth too.
Oh, okay. There's Elizabeth Simmons. She's saying this kind of ball is good.
Okay.
Like a spongy ball. Yeah.
How about Pedro's ball there and globe ball and behind? With
What? Oh,
I don't know
globe.
anybody's got that guy.
Chris is funny. Chris Kizan says use like the globe, the world globe. You see behind Pedro. You see Pedro. Behind him is the globe, the world. He said, Chris said, use the globe for exercise. Silly.
If nothing else, you'll have bigger fingers.
On the globe?
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. So, oh wait, Pat, did Pat get to speak already? Are you done, Pat?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, all right. Anybody
Thank
else
you,
want
everybody.
to speak? Anyone else want to speak?
I'm Elizabeth Lynn.
Yes. Elizabeth
With
says,
Patrick will carry what softball.
use a softball. See that? Like a softball, she says. And help.
Practice with the head.
Practice with the A.
Head. A.
A. Use the A. Mm-hmm.
That looks like a Washington Nationals ball.
Ball. A.
Yeah. That's good.
Good stuff.
Good idea. Thank you. Yeah.
All
You're
right.
welcome. Anybody else? I see Mel's doing her hand thingy right now. Oh, are you raising your hand, Mel? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need an orange color hand, the bigger hand up there. Because the little hand is nothing. It's taking too long to flash. No, all I wanted to say is I enjoy being on the live, honestly, with the, I don't like to say deaf community, with my sisters who are teaching the signs, and everybody else, sisters and brothers. I just love to be on there with you, Rob and Lynn. It is a fun time. And we are learning, and as I mentioned, we are growing and we are having fun. as a family as well. So night after night after night, yeah, it's a pleasure to be on there. That's all I wanted to say.
All right,
And
good
thank you.
stuff,
Thank
Mel.
you, Mel.
That's good
Yay,
stuff.
they're clapping for you. Yay. Anybody else want to speak? That's all. That's all. Mark said he's good. He's good. All right. Thank you, Mark.
Again, thank you, everybody, for
Thanks
being
to
here.
everyone. And don't forget, folks in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of folks in the chat. Greg Hill was unable to be here tonight, but he was
Save the
listening
chat.
in.
Don't forget to save it.
Don't forget to save the chat. Did you say? Carmela, she's telling me, save the chat. You know, when you finish your webinar, you have to save the chat. If you forget, the chat will be gone. So it's important to save the chat. Okay, so I'll do that. All right, it's saved. It's saved. Thank you to everyone. I hope you enjoyed our webinar tonight. Tomorrow night is a big event, right? With Mr. Ash. He's going to be showing up. The webinar is at 9 p.m. So our show will be finished by 8:30, about 8:30, to give you time to go to the webinar with Ash, because everyone wants to be there, don't want to miss, right? I think there'll be some big, good, exciting updates for everyone, I think. It's going to be
Thank
a
you,
big
RobLynn.
day tomorrow.
All right, we'll see everybody mañana.
Looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night, and I'm going to the webinar with our CEO. And
Yay.
thank you for doing the show tomorrow night too, and shortening it for us.
Yeah, we'll
You
be
are
a
appreciated.
short show tomorrow for RobLynn.
Dawn, did you want to hop in before we go? Dawn? Or DL?
Are you good? Marcus, we're family.
Definitely family. All right, we'll see everybody tomorrow. So
See you tomorrow, he says. And Elizabeth saying, family. We're family. 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 All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Everybody have a good night. Love y'all.
Bye. Love, love.
We're all love. Love
Good
you all.
night, everybody. Good night.
Bye.
good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Love you all.
Thank you for the song, John.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Lynn.